from the Hanging with Web Show TV's Bargain Basement Studio in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, it's Pillow Talk with Willow Schuyler.
Will you take me to Winnipeg?
I will, someday. Toronto, Montreal, Quebec, Winnipeg.
Now what's this guy doing up here in Manitoba?
He was holding the map up.
Every salvage mission that's been through this system has disappeared. Even those old pirates out at Winnipeg Drift say it's cursed.
Cursed. Winnipeg's got a great ballet. Have a good time, I swear to God.
Sweet guinea pig of Winnipeg! They've taken over our company!
Balderdash! I never agreed to that!
I should have stayed in Winnipeg, you know? I had a nice gallery, 3 paintings on the wall.
Are you kidding? And you look back. Born home, Quebec. Drafted out of the juniors in the 5th round to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Played for a year with the Leafs, then traded to the Winnipeg Jets, then to Calgary, then to Boston.
Wow.
So Winnipeg must get pretty cold up there.
That's it! Back to Winnipeg!
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I am Willow Schuyler, and this is Willow's Pillow Talk. With me today are several talented people from my own city. Proof that that Hollywood would be nothing without Winnipeg.
True.
Yeah, so you guys all have your own podcast. I'm excited to let you guys talk and tell us all about what you guys do. Tony, we'll start with you. You have Creative Conundrums, and your co-host isn't with us right now. He may show up eventually.
Yeah, like I said, he's always late. So, Creative Conundrums, it started in my mind as like, hey, let's do an advice podcast, and then it just went the other way. And to really enjoy it.
That's generally the way it goes.
Yeah, and it's great. It's super fun. So we talk about like our whatever we've been working on creatively as like struggles that have been like either stopping us or hampering some of our progress. It's not too bad, either way.
Good to see you, Garrett. My boss from Hanging with Web. So I'm glad to see you pop in. I know you have other shows to check in before you go to bed, but thanks for stopping in, and everything's fine, boss. So Corey, by all means, let me know. Tell us about your show and what you do.
Well, my show actually belongs to the guy over there. I just think on his shoulders, you know. He's really. I show up every once in a while and make it better.
You do make it better.
Make it better.
It's true.
We don't have superhero complexes here at all. Sean, tell us what your show's about.
It's called the Sean Geek Podcast, and it's got me, my brother, and this Corey guy here shows up every once in a while, and we just kind of geek out on a topic of the moment every week.
That's pretty much what I do here. So for Creative Conundrums, you guys answer several different questions each week. What started that?
It started as like us like putting out a thing like, hey, do you want us to answer questions? Let's get some questions in. And then we got some like really weird ones, and I'm like, all right. Are you gonna come up and say hi, Jarvis? My occasional other co-host, Jarvis, my cat, I don't know what he's doing. What are you doing?
Well,
oh no, she got out.
Well, here's your opportunity. All you cats were showing us your chocolate starfish, but none of my cats were nearby to do so. So I'm happy about that. Eventually, I'm sure they will show up. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
he's the true star of the show anyway. Everyone's here for him.
They usually are.
Look at the camera. What's this diva?
He never looks at the camera.
Cute little flirkin.
Yeah, where's the other star of our show, Sean? Where's Luna?
She's sleeping.
No.
She's old now. She naps like most of the day.
Yeah.
Much like mine, yeah. I have one that kind of snuck out the other day, Twinkie, and my husband found him underneath his truck, and I felt like such an ass because I didn't see him go outside, and I'm just like, I noticed he was gone when I went to feed them, and I'm like, where the hell is he? So, but thank God he was underneath the truck, and he didn't stray far. But
yeah, our cat is afraid of going outside, so we don't have to worry about that.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
She'll put like one paw outside, and she'll be like, nah.
Nope.
Although she will happily sit by an open door and just stare out.
Yeah, we adopted a stray a couple of years ago, and she doesn't go outside anymore, and she has no interest of going outside at all, which is great, But yeah, Twinkie's our little escape artist and wants to venture out, but he's also a scaredy cat, and he's a baby about everything. So
yeah. Somebody say something funny, quick.
He likes to rub his face on the mic, and you're just so damn cute about it. You're just so adorable. I love. It's so funny. Sorry?
I think Jarvis just told you to F off there.
Oh, he always does.
Yeah.
He's staying on my lap though, so that's kind of nice. But it's really funny whenever, because he'll sit on my lap too for the recording, and then I'll kind of hear him like purring like through my earbuds, and I'm like, okay, if you're hearing purring, you're not going crazy. It's my cat. And then I'll go back and listen to the episode after. I'm like, yeah, there's my cat.
Yeah. What I love is how people were mistaking the name Jarvis for Jarvis the Street and not Jarvis of any
Yeah, my family's like, oh, like the street?
Why would you name a cat after a street?
Okay, so the story about that is because his name was originally Higgins because he got pulled out of a fire.
Well, there you go. That's the reason why people think it's named after a street.
Yeah, so it kind of makes sense, but I'm also like,
I thought it was Magnum PI. I don't know.
And then it was so funny because a friend of mine was like, "Oh yeah, Higgins sounds like a butler name." I'm like, "Well, Jarvis is technically also a butler name too, when you think about it." And she's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Well, the computer system Jarvis is named after Edwin Jarvis, the Stark's butler." And she's like, "Oh."
What's an Avenger? What's an Avenger?
It's funny. One of the stories that I was working on, I actually named a pimp named Higgins. So I thought it was fitting. I thought it was totally fitting.
Actually, kind of brilliant.
Brilliant. Are you going?
Did we meet that pimp, Corey, during our movie days?
Yeah, oh yeah, I heard of the movie days. Oh, we have stories to tell about the movie days. Actually, filming down off of Higgins.
Yeah.
By all means, tell one.
Okay, well, let's see. One of our co-stars.
No prompting required.
Yeah, no. One of our co-stars, Matt, who was, young, naive suburbanite at the time, and. We happened to be standing outside one day, just after Dave filming, and we were talking about hookers, right? And there's one across the street approaching a car. I'm like, see that, Matt? That woman is going to get into that car and sell her body for sex. He's like, no, no.
As one does on Higgins.
Yeah, but he didn't believe this stuff actually happened. That's how naive he was. He thought it was just something that you saw on TV, not anything that actually really happens in real life. And then he saw his first sexual transaction, and he was like, this kind of blew his mind.
Yep.
I feel like haven't we all had moments like that where it's like, oh yeah, no, this stuff only happens on TV, and then we actually see it, we're like, wait, what?
What? Yeah.
It's a thing. What?
Yeah.
I used to live in that neighborhood, very, very close to Higgins. So it's something that, occurred way too much in my life where I saw it happen. And it was just like, I thought it was normal.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of the flip side of the coin.
I took my mom for a drive down Higgins one time just for laughs. I don't know.
Yeah, but at least that's your mom. Can you imagine taking my mom on that tour?
Can I?
Nowadays, she might be a little bit more into it, but
Oh,
I want to meet your moms.
Oh, his mom's awesome. My mom's awesome.
Your mom's
Our moms are awesome.
The last time I saw her, I gave her the biggest hug, and she's like, "Oh, that feels so good." Yeah, your mom's a sweetheart.
Yep.
It's funny that my husband came from a very somewhat more conservative background than I have, and there are days where Joe's like, "How are you so open-minded?" It's like, have you met my family?
Yeah. Which is funny 'cause I come from a Mennonite family, so I've always been the black sheep, so that's, I guess, it shouldn't be too much of a surprise.
It's funny, growing up in foster care, I lived out in Steinbach for a couple of years, and I went to the high school, and that's actually where I met Joe. And it's a totally different lifestyle compared to what Winnipeg is. And yeah, just the whole Mennonite thing. I learned how to cook Mennonite style, and I still don't know how to cook for just two of us.
Yeah, actually, my wife has. I think she always kind of cooked like that, but now she's definitely cooking for our family and the 5 or 6 other people that we're expecting to come over. That never do.
I'm always cooking for an army, just in case someone may stop by. I think that's.
If there are any armies listening.
I think that's a German thing too, because my grandma, they kind of taught me how to cook too, and just I don't know. I will have leftovers for days.
Yeah. But do you keep it in Mennonite Tupperware?
Yes, actually, I do. Although here we consider it the Ukrainian Tupperware.
Okay. Don't throw out those margarine containers; they're useful.
No.
That's true. It's very true.
Funny story. I actually found a container full of spaghetti sauce the other day in my fridge in a margarine container, and I'm like, "Damn it! I was going to use this."
Do you ever take the margarine out of the margarine container so you can use it to put your food
in? No, I've never actually done that, but yeah,
another container.
Well, just remember that Mennonite cooking is 99% fat, so that margarine doesn't stick around for very long.
No. Oh,
that's why you have so many of the containers.
Yeah.
I've been guilty of saving bacon fat on occasion.
Yep.
Bacon.
Oh yeah. In our house, it's like bacon. Joe likes the big, thick cut bacon. So we'll and okay, because I'm Ukrainian and German, it kills me when I'm spending like $13 on a pack of bacon. But it's like it's good stuff. But it's like, oh my God, you're putting me in the poorhouse. Joe.
He's got to bring home more of the bacon. I'm clever.
Hey.
Every now and again.
There was a zinger coming from you at some point here.
Hey, they happen sometimes, you know?
But no, I got to stop thinking that way, because we're not in any means poor or anything. I just hate spending that much on shit that we don't really need.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like the thin cut bacon just doesn't cook nice.
Well, it depends on how you cook it. I mean,
yeah,
you cook it with pierogies.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime I cook bacon, I'm usually using the grease right away, either for hash browns or pierogies, and it all just kind of like soaks it all up. And it's and maybe making myself hungry.
Yeah.
We're all gonna have to just go into our kitchens and start a cooking show.
I'm actually wondering which one of us is going to have a heart attack first.
It'll probably be me.
I'm only 30, so I think I'm okay.
I'm pushing 40, and my main meal of life is cheeseburgers and Starbucks food.
Well, Sean and I are both pushing 50, and I've got high blood pressure, so.
I have high blood pressure because I have 2 kids. I don't know if it's diet related or
maybe a little bit of both.
I'm gonna warn you, my kids might show up at some point because they just kind of sneak in. And Ellie doesn't like wearing clothes, so I'll try to trick her as much as I can.
Oh no, she's at that stage.
Well, she's at that stage where she takes her pants off and then she's running around the house trying to find you, going, "Dad, I gotta go poop." So
as long as they're dressed, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, the camera should be above waist level, so we should be okay.
Yeah. Well, with Joe, every now and then he likes to steal my comfy chair and for gaming. So I'm using the kitchen chair. So I get to rock. So, but no, it's funny. Like when he's gaming, you'll probably hear him. He's like the leader of his group, and he plays Call of Duty. So you'll be hearing him probably throughout the evening giving orders. Joys of podcasting during a pandemic.
Yeah. Tony, is that your new chair?
No, not it yet. It's I checked before we started. It is in Concord, Ontario. It's on its fucking way. I'm so excited. Oh, I can't wait to get this chair.
It's been an ongoing topic for quite a while now. This chair of yours.
I think they announced it in like October. Like I think that's when they announced those chairs.
Oh.
Maybe very early November. So it's been a while.
Oh, did you like special order it or? Yeah.
So with World of Warcraft Shadowlands, because that's my other podcast, as we talk about World of Warcraft a lot, because that's what I do. They announced this like special Secret Labs chair. That's like they have 2. They have one for Alliance and one for Horde. And so I was like, ooh, I wonder if I can like actually save up enough to get that one. And so somebody in my family messaged me like, hey, what do you want for Christmas? And I'm like, well, I'm this far along in saving up for this chair. If you want to give like the other half of it, then that's cool. And so, yeah, the chair has been ordered and it's on its way.
Nice.
I'm so excited.
So it's kind of developing its own mythology already.
I'm so fucking pumped for this chair. Another friend of mine had ordered the Alliance chair like a long time ago, and he already has it. It's built. He's been sitting on it, and I'm like, I ordered it late. I want a chair.
I mean, honestly, go ahead.
I was going to say there needs to be a name for that chair when it comes in. Like,
I mean,
a name.
It's the Horde chair. That's all it needs. It's the chair. It's the chair of the new war chief, the next war chief.
Just make sure that you're very clear about keeping that D at the end.
Tony falls off their chair.
Damn it.
That's why we have Corey in the show. It's the comedic relief.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this chair. And then Jarvis gets to have this chair all to himself, which I'm sure he'll be happy about. Right, bud? Where'd you go? I saw you.
I have two old office chairs in the basement in my studio, which I never use anymore. And yeah, the cat has taken over both of them.
It usually does become the cat's chair.
Yeah. Well, she completely stripped off all of the fake leather coating that they have on, because she likes to sharpen her claws on it. So I come upstairs after sitting in one of those chairs, and my back would be covered in all these little black flakes.
Oh my god! Yeah. That's the joys of owning the cat. I know my cats have destroyed our kitchen chairs and our dining room chairs, and I'm debating on whether or not we should get new chairs or if I should recover them. But I don't know.
Sometimes we'll come and sit in this chair to work, and Jarvis is just sitting there, and I'm like, I guess I'm not working today. That's okay. I'm gonna go back to bed then.
I know. I get up from my spot when we're watching TV, and I'll come back, and your cat's curled up, all tight in a little ball, and you're just like, oh, I guess I'm going to be a monster then. Move, move.
Yeah. Just lift them up and put them back on your lap. It's all good.
Yeah. She doesn't like sitting on my lap, though. She wants to sit on my wife's lap. She likes my wife's lap. She doesn't like my lap. She sits on. We have an easy boy couch, so when I put the footrest out, she sits on the end of the footrest,
but not on your feet.
But not. Well, no, she'll lie her head on my foot.
Oh, you have a cat that tolerates you too? My cat Squeaker, she loves Joe so very much. She follows him everywhere, and she wants nothing to do with me. Mm-hmm. She'll come up to me and want to be pet once in a while, but I can't pick her up. Otherwise she just glares at me.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's pretty much our cat. She'll come in and get pets from me in the morning when nobody else is up. It's like, well, you're the only one awake right now, so I guess I'll allow you to touch me.
Yeah.
Of course, she's been a little bit mad at me lately. We've had to give her medication in the morning, and I'm the only one that can actually medicate her.
So you're the bad one.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Have to grab her head and get her jaws open and squirt the stuff in the back of her throat, and then she does this thing. And she runs off, and I feel horrible.
Do you check your shoes before you leave the house?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be waiting for me one day.
Oh yeah.
So, Corey and Sean, what topics do you normally cover on your podcasts? Or is it just a general everything goes?
I think it'd be easier to cover, what we don't cover.
Yeah, I think so. It's kind of a kitchen sink approach. Usually, I think the best episodes is when Todd comes in, my brother, out of left field, and brings up a topic that you're like, oh my God, this is going to be so boring. And then, but somehow, Todd's storytelling device that he uses is just, I don't know. We did a whole episode about batteries. And it was one of the most downloaded episodes of all time for our show. But just the way I don't know. My brother's amazing. He can make anything interesting. But he has that sexy voice. Drives me mad.
You all have an amazing voice, by the way. You guys probably have these expensive microphones, and here I am with a $25 microphone from Amazon, but it works. And how long have you guys been doing your podcasts?
It'll be 5 years in February.
Yeah, so I think it came on about 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
No, actually, you came on before Todd did. Actually, you did a whole series of episodes, a whole crap ton of them. I was going through the old catalog, going, "Holy crap, you've been around for a long time."
Yeah,
yeah. And that's when it started. It was a solo thing at first because I was working night shift. Night shift being 2 a.m. till 10 a.m. And I was falling asleep on the way to and from work. I'd just fall asleep as I was driving because that's an ungodly hour. And then I would blare the music, drive with the windows down, anything to stay awake, and it just wasn't working. So I just started. I'd mount my phone in the car and just start kind of talking to myself, because when you work a shift like that, you're not allowed to have friends because you're sleeping when everyone else is awake.
Yeah.
So I would just do the episodes and hope my friends listened, and that's really how it started.
Okay. And Tony, how did you come by? Well, I should probably ask this if Doc ever shows up, but how did you two come together to do your show?
So I had started with doing the other one about World of Warcraft, which it's going on 2 years on March 3rd. Holy crap. Wow. Okay. And then after that, I was like, well, I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's been 2 years, but it also feels like it's been 84 years. 2020 has been a trip.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, well, I need something to kind of keep me kind of accountable and keep me working and keep me doing all the things that I want to do. And I'm like, well, how about another podcast to do that? So I was like, hey, Doc, want to do this as a way of keeping each other accountable on our creative stuff, and then also just do something really fun. And he's like, okay. And yeah, so that first one went up in May of 2019. I can't believe it's been almost 2 years.
Time goes fast. I remember, finally getting my ass in gear and doing this show, and it's, been since March, April, and I'm just like, wow, time just flew by. And it's funny, Garrett, the guy that you saw pop in the chat at the beginning there, he's like, well, we need to start numbering our shows so that we know how many episodes we are in. I'm like, I haven't been doing that. I lost count after 10.
Yep.
But wow, I'm amazed that you guys of your amazing talent. You guys did the Manitoba Podcast Festival just not that long ago, and are you guys the ones who created that, or was that something that popped up from other people?
That was Sam and oh god, I can't remember who else was working with him on that. There was 3 people.
Yeah,
one of them was Sam
and Stefan.
Okay. I don't know if I met him.
Yeah, he still has his podcast running. Stefan still has his podcast running with his fiance, I guess.
Okay.
Thick and Sweaty, it's called.
Interesting.
It's their nicknames. Yeah.
That's cute.
It's actually pretty fun. It's a good show. They generally do taste challenges every episode. How hot can you go?
Interesting.
Sounds dangerous.
It is.
Eventually.
So it sounds like that game that we used to play with when we were kids. Close your eyes and open your mouth and let me and see if you like this. No.
It's like those chip challenges where you have the really, really, really spicy chip. And
yeah.
I don't know why people do these things.
I played the Bean Boozled game, the jelly bean one. That is the most evil thing that you can do to yourself.
It really is. Actually, we had that as well. Is it going to be popcorn? Is it going to be vomit? I don't know.
But who in the right mind? Who the hell created this game? Why?
Birdie Box.
Yeah, I think it was the Birdie Bots thing that kind of made that. Yeah, no, that was it.
It's like, can you guess if this is, a soiled sock or? It's like, oh God. And it's
So
like
nasty.
I
I've
would
never
not,
been brave enough.
I would not want to be the person who has to create this stuff and like decide whether or not it actually does taste like a soiled sock or grass or earwax. Like,
I always thought that the vomit one kind of tasted like burnt toast.
Interesting.
Yeah. Thankfully, it didn't actually taste like vomit.
I think I tapped out before I got to that point.
Actually, it's funny. We used to. I used to live down the street. Used to live on Corden, just down the street from Candy Mountain.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. And so, my friends' kids every once in a while, or like my friend, his kid, and then one of their friends would always stop by Candy Mountain, and the kids would try to find something that I wouldn't eat. Including the hot and spicy worms.
Yeah.
Brought that to me one day. It was like
living on Corden. Now you're bringing back good memories. We both lived in Corden around the same time.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Yeah. Cafe 22.
Yep.
Man, I miss leaving the house. I'd like to go to Corden again.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I know how to leave the house. How does that knob thing work?
I had a panic attack when I did last week when I had to go to the doctor. So I don't.
I have to leave the house every day. I'm an essential worker. So.
Yeah.
Somehow Starbucks has convinced us that we're essential workers too, but yet they closed a couple of our stores already. So it's like, oh, like they closed the Starbucks on Corden, which is like stupid to me. But and then Chapters closed, and it's like, so yeah, that's really weird. But somehow we're still essential workers. But my company's like,
everybody needs coffee, right?
Yeah.
Even though you can't, eat or drink anything inside anymore.
Yeah. That was I used to hang out at Starbucks. That's where I used to do all my writing. I would just park my butt there and just write.
Oh, you were that guy, were you? Hey, everybody, look at me working on my new novel.
Ripping off
that was me.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Highfalutin and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. That was me.
Hey, ladies, it's got a vampire in it.
I mean, hey, it might sell it.
Hey, you know what?
My vampires don't glow; they glisten. Thank you very much.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with glistening vampires. That might even sell better.
So sometimes Starbucks can be good for creative working though, because like you might be able to be inspired by the weird barista behind the counter. Or even listening into some of the conversations from the other patrons. Like some of the customers were kind of weird.
Willow, I wanted to ask you because I would go there to eavesdrop. Well, not eavesdrop. I guess that's rude, but no, it is rude. I'd eavesdrop on people's conversations, and sometimes some of those scenes would work themselves into the book. So, do you have that sort of like? Are you sort of like, oh, what's that? Oh, what did you? Oh, like, did you get distracted? Because I would be.
Oh, absolutely. There's been, people on dates that we're just like trying to pinpoint like how well the date is going by the body language.
Oh, my God.
Oh yeah, honey, run. Let's run.
$50 says that's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, it's funny though, like how some people actually got engaged at Starbucks because they met at Starbucks. Mm-hmm. we had a wedding couple actually come in and ask to have their like first look, or like their have a celebration while in their wedding dresses and their wedding clothes, and have their pictures taken and everything. And I'm just like, why at a Starbucks? I know you guys met at Starbucks, but that just seems weird to me.
Oh, we're just so random. We're a random couple. We do stuff like this.
It's like, yeah, well, you guys look so nice, but compared to the ambiance of the store, you guys look nicer than the store.
Yeah. Well, it's all that nice, wood paneling and everything. The browns.
Yeah.
Oh, and the browns.
Well, see, the one on Osborne, though, bless you. The Starbucks on Osborne actually is probably one of the nicer ones, though. But I can understand people not wanting to show up in their wedding gown in there.
Yeah.
That one also like the super gay one, like everybody gay goes there.
I think everybody's gay at Starbucks, period, quite honestly.
Well, yeah, they're always found that they're quite happy there.
Well, no, like very specifically, I remember hearing like one of my friends, like we were talking about where to go to like meet people, and they're like, "Oh, don't go there to meet people because like that just means you're gay and you're looking for everybody." And I'm just like, "Oh, good to know. Maybe I should go there."
There are days where I do have to control myself from flirting with. I swear to God, I'm the female version of wow, I'm having a brain fart. I'm so sorry.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember who you're talking about.
Jack from Doctor Who, who flirts with everybody, and it just a really good-looking woman will come through my drive-thru, and I'll be like, "Hi, how are you?" and just completely flirt with her the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's just my personality. I pretty much flirt with anything that walks. But no, there was this one time where this one woman came in, and she had she was stunning, but she had a really nice shade of lipstick on, and I made a comment, and of course it's like I'm trying very hard not to be awkward, but I'm only awkward in real life. But and then of course I turned to my coworker, I'm like, "She's hot, she's so pretty."
I miss those days. But I'm married with 3 kids now, so.
That doesn't mean that you can't be like, "Oh, this person is like very
still
attractive."
look, can't you?
Not where I work. See, the problem is I'm officially at that point where I'm old enough to be all of their dads.
Oh.
It's like, I actually, okay, a couple weeks ago, I actually got offended when I had to deal with, somebody who wasn't feeling well. One of the girls working in the stores, and she's like, "Okay, how old are you?" I'm 30. "Okay, when you were born?" 1990. And it made me really angry that somebody born in 1990 was now 30.
Oh my God, yes.
That math is for you, Ron. That doesn't even happen.
Yeah,
I know that doesn't compute at all, does it?
No. That was 10
I'm
years
30.
ago.
Yeah.
I gotta ask.
You're 30.
I'm 30 and born in 1990, so sorry.
Yep.
No, I got asked the other day from a coworker how long I've been working for Starbucks, and I said 11 years. She goes, "Oh, I was 9." I'm like,
yep.
Jesus. Thanks for making me feel really old there, Emma.
Yeah.
Oh, I have friends that are like they're in their very early 20s. Like some of them like maybe just under 20, and I'm just like, damn, I feel old.
Yeah. Well, I know one of my coworkers at the same time, she said, well, I'm 28. I'm like, yeah, but I look at you like a child.
Yeah.
I still feel like a child. I'm gonna be honest. At 30, I still feel like a child. So
yeah,
I can't really blame you honestly on that one.
I'm at that point where my boss is younger than me, and she's coming to me for advice on stuff. I'm just like, I should not be giving my boss advice about personal stuff, should I?
Yeah. Well, here's the really weird thing, actually. Sean and I had children about the same time. His daughter's just a little bit younger than my son is. And at one point, I went to drop something off at his place, and his wife was asking me, is this normal about their kid? I can't remember what it was. I think it was a teething thing. She had a bit of a fever. So she's asking me this, and I'm just thinking to myself, oh my God, I'm actually a knowledgeable parent. It's weird because I've always really kind of looked up to Sylvie, and always thought that she was much more mature than me, and that she just dive into this whole parenting thing. And next thing I know, she's coming to me for advice about kids, and it was just a weird feeling for me.
Yeah. I'm all for it. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm just like, I love having that connection with my boss. And it's like, there are days where it's like, we'll talk, like we're best friends one moment. And then next minute she's like having to give me shit because, hey, sometimes I have an attitude issue. And it's like, but we were just talking like best friends.
Yep. I know for the longest time at my place, at my workplace, I was the camp counselor. All the young guys would come to me for advice. It's like, why are you coming to me? I don't have my shit together.
Right?
Yeah.
The more you can like sugarcoat the illusion.
Yeah.
I'm not mature at all. I just
was trying to contact me.
Well, I know one of the times that kind of really had it driven home that I was starting to get a little too old is when I banged up my tailbone in the mosh pit at a Guar concert. It's my first time ever crowd surfing. I was 38.
Willow, can we tell the story? Can we tell the story?
Go ahead. By all means, do it.
So this is a show that Corey and I were at, and who else? Corey, who else was there with us? Do you remember?
I think it was just you and I on that one.
Corey and I have seen Guar a large number of times. Sort of a bonding thing between the two of us. And I crowd surfed, I guess, maybe the last show before, maybe. And it was my first time. And I was like, oh my God, this is so liberating. There's this like freedom of, I don't know what's going to happen to me. I might break in half, but this is so awesome. And we're in the pit, and then we're looking at Corey, and like I had gone up, and I'm like, but Corey's got to go up. It's not fair. So I went up to this guy in the pit, and he's way, way, way bigger than me. And I shove him, and he looks at me and he shoves me back. I'm like, hey, fucker. I say, that guy wants to go up. He pushes me back, and he's like, okay. Then he goes up to another big guy, pushes him, said, this guy wants to surf. And then they grabbed 3 large men, and we all hoisted Corey up and let him surf. It was one of the best moments.
Nice.
Yeah, it was my one and only time crowd surfing. It was quite interesting. Like I said, I was 38 years old, almost 40, and in that same show, I had gone down because the crowd surged forward, and I was facing backwards, and I went down on my tailbone. But the wonderful thing about Manitoba metal crowds is there's like 5 people right there grabbing him, pulling him right back up.
Oh yeah.
So the main game is for you.
The next day I was telling people what had happened, and they're like, Corey, you're almost 40. What are you doing?
A couple of years ago, I was at the Pyramid Cabaret filming a band that I was following around for a while, and filming a couple of their sets. And one guy was trying to egg the crowd on to start a mosh pit, and he kept coming up to me too. I'm like, dude, I'm holding the camera.
Yeah, not the right person.
No.
Choose your crowd wisely there, bud, because I'm about to take my tripod and hit you over the head with it.
Yeah. Well, I was always, one of the guys who was able to get a pit started, even when we had like only 3 of us. Good old days of being back in high school.
Yeah.
Of course, I also remember, doing the Macarena at the front of the stage during a death metal concert. So.
Which concert was that?
That was my buddy Aaron's band.
Oh, buddy Aaron's band.
Yeah, way back when.
I was about to say that is the weirdest departure off of metal ever. Is the Macarena?
Yeah.
Wait,
just
I don't
figured, what the
think
hell?
I'm impressed.
Now that's a challenge when the bars and the venues open up again. We're gonna go do that.
No, you have to learn all of the TikTok dances now. You got lots of time. Learn all of the TikTok dances.
Oh God!
You know what?
Floss. I have to do the floss.
Yes. No. Seriously though, you go on there and you're like instantly 5 years younger at least. It's crazy.
I watch TikTok and instantly I'm 10 years older. It feels like.
I don't know if I feel comfortable downloading TikTok. I get enough of those TikTok drinks coming through Starbucks, and I'm like, why? Like, it almost sounds disgusting to have like this strawberry acai drink with like salted cold foam that's made out of cream. I'm just like, like that's conflicting flavors right there. I don't know. Yeah. I don't understand it.
I try, but I'm weird, so.
Okay, guys, get a triple tall Tide Pod latte, please.
I'm surprised something like that has not been ordered.
Come on, there must be at least one order that came through for that. Gotta be.
It's bad enough that I get the Tai Chi lattes, and I'm and in the back of my mind, I feel like Mr. Miyagi should come out of nowhere and kick him in the head.
Are you allowed to tell them wax off?
I wish. You just need that button from Family Guy, where he presses the red button and the karate guy master comes and gives him a roundhouse kick.
Hey, Tony, Kevin Doc Wilson is messaging me going, "What are you talking about?"
What are we talking? What are we talking about?
Is he watching
I just
show?
poked him. Well, I just poked them saying, "Where are you? Get in the chat room. Willow is waiting."
I sent him the link.
Oh. Can I tell
I'm gonna message him too. Get in Willow's chat. She sent you the link, all in caps.
I sent him the link and I said, "Come on in. The weather is warm."
Okay, so
it's 2 degrees outside. What is this?
Not January, that's for sure.
It was really funny because I've been having a lot of fun on TikTok. But someone was like, "Tell me what province you're from," without telling me what province you're from.
Yeah.
Like, so the first thing I was like, well, we're usually colder than Mars at this point, but not this year.
Yeah, for the most part. So the one thing that
yeah, pretty much.
One thing is that Warlock.
So I have a great community of friends here. Brian is asking, what are your favorite movies?
Warlocks kind of float.
Warlocks kind of float. Don't forget, Warlocks kind of float.
So, but all have the same kind of armor.
Okay, favorite movies. Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal. Okay. And
to choose.
Yeah.
I know it's that. I have a hard time answering that myself because it's like it changes almost monthly.
Yeah.
I'll watch an old movie. I'm like, oh, this is one of my favorites, you know?
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny. Ryan just recently saw one of my favorites. He saw Finding Forrester the other day, and he wanted to watch it with the group. And then he also he's the funny thing, we make fun of him all the time because he
you gotta make a face.
when he watches movies, he instantly absorbs them and is able to say almost every line. But his list is very short, it seems. So we're constantly adding more and more movies to his list of things that he needs to watch. So how's that list going there, Ryan?
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of obvious that I like Marvel movies.
Oh, okay.
What?
No. What?
I think everybody.
Not at all.
Okay, let's go with that. Senpai, which is the best?
The best one? Hey, Doc.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Way to be fashionably late.
Yeah. Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the background. We're in the middle of renovations. And I had to chop wood because I don't know if my wood stove or my furnace is going to stay up during the ice storm we're going to have tomorrow. So I had to chop some wood. And I had to be dad for a bit. But we're all good now. We're all good.
Okay, so I have to choose the best movie, the best Marvel movie.
Or can you reduce it like to 3 in no particular order, maybe?
I love Ragnarok. I love Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, I did Human in the beginning.
I'm going to go with Iron Man 3 and Endgame because of seeing myself in heroes that are white men for some odd reason, but it's fine.
Happens.
It does. Well, it does when they do PTSD, severe depression, all in the same movies. And yeah, so and then anything that Taika Waititi has done apparently is just amazing to me. So, yay, Taika Waititi.
I saw myself in characters that I normally dislike. So.
Oh.
Well, I really did not read any Hawkeye stuff at all because I didn't like Hawkeye over the years. And then all of a sudden they put him in a Marvel movie and he's basically me. So.
Oh. Also, Jeremy Renner's like really cool.
Yeah, I think it's just Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
Hawkeye's awesome. Hawkeye in the comics is awesome.
Yeah,
well, he's like me. He's like me as a freelancer. Okay, I go to these places, and all of these godlike beings are doing battle and doing things, and I'm here with a bow and arrow. It doesn't make any sense, but I'm here and gonna do my job.
Yeah.
Ex-Carney with the bow and arrow.
Ex-Carney.
Well,
this is how it goes.
In the comic book one, yes, but he's actually spy in the MCU.
Yeah, I think he was like a spy in the MCU because they mentioned Budapest a lot.
Let me know.
I know he doesn't technically have any superhero abilities, but it always seems like his quiver never empties, and he always has a bow and arrow for the right thing. So I don't know.
He's the dad of the Avengers.
Oh, yeah, the Cabal. Yeah,
he's dad, is what he is. You know, he may not be super, but you know, he's kind of like the glue, as it were.
He's the only grounded one.
Yeah. No, he's the only one with a family, right?
Yeah.
It's funny in the comics he's not though.
Yeah.
It's the opposite. I don't think he's got kids in the comics at all.
Nope.
Well, that was based on the Ultimates.
Yeah.
I will say too, Deadpool keeps coming up lately in quoting things because we keep talking about how slow things are happening, and I'm like, it's like Deadpool on the Zamboni. Tell me where your box is. You're gonna die. in 5 minutes.
Eventually.
Yeah, but just remember, Austin Powers did it first.
That's true,
Yes,
but Deadpool was funnier.
Yes, because he used the Zamboni because he's Canadian.
Yeah.
I still refer to him as Canadian's ass, and it's so fitting though. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
You got Spider-Man, who's got Britain's ass. You got Captain America, who is America's ass, and Deadpool is Canada's ass. Like, come on. although he is jealous of Logan's ass. And he's completely jealous of Logan's ass, and that's why he does what he does.
Oh, Canada's other ass.
Yes. Yeah.
those
Which
two.
is also Australian ass.
I don't know. There's many of them that can be referred to Australians' ass, though, couldn't they? It's hard to. I don't know, Carl Urban.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Hugh Jackman paved the way, though, I think.
That's true.
He got his role first, so Carl Urban came later. So, yeah, handing it off to Carl.
Yeah, and I think they picked well with Carl Urban, but I really, really would have liked to have seen Jared Keeso as Wolverine.
Yeah, I could see
That
that.
would be cool.
I think he would have done a good job.
Yeah.
Jared Keeso, for those of you who might be listening, is he plays Wayne on Letterkenny.
Oh, how busy is he with Letterkenny and everything? Because he's probably pretty busy with that.
No idea. He does 2 seasons a year, and I think there are 6 episodes per season.
Yeah.
Oh, do they really film that much? And holy crap!
Yeah, they do a summer season and a winter season, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
It's kind of funny that we considered that a large amount, back when sitcoms used to be like, 42 episodes per year.
Yep.
Well,
yeah.
Now they film everything all at once, which is.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Can we get Doctor Who to be funded that way? Like, seriously.
Well, I always thought that yeah.
Oh, okay.
I always thought that the BBC seasons were weird, because they were, the original kind of, 6 episodes or 8 episodes a season, like with Red Dwarf, Doctor Who, some of the other series. And, now that kind of seems to be the way that, the industry's just going with it.
Right, exactly.
But I think the model works good because you're keeping the same creative team. And you're not like, okay, well, we need 22 episodes, so we'll bring another director in, another writer in for this episode, and it's more diluted.
It's good and it's bad because 2022 before I get to see another episode of The Mandalorian.
Yeah,
that's true.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's a good show.
By then, I'll probably be caught up.
Oh, so no spoilers?
Oh, here's the thing, guys. I haven't downloaded Disney Plus yet, so there's your shock. I don't know what I'm waiting for, but it's like now there's been 2 seasons now of Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. I have to actually sit down and watch it.
Well, come on! If you download Disney Plus, you get Darkwing Duck.
I know.
Rescue Ranger.
Gargoyles.
Yeah.
I need to get rid of cable.
Okay, I'm not going to spoil anything, but
by all means, talk about it.
For those of you who've already seen it, do you think that the main character of the Mandalorian, do you think his arc is wrapped up and that they'll choose another Mandalorian to be the main character of the next couple seasons?
Nope.
No.
I don't think so, no.
There's more. There's more they could do.
They've already set up. I mean, they've already set up the next season, what's going to happen, with the Darksaber and everything. So.
Oh, okay.
Well, and they also have all the other spin-offs if they were going to try something different. Like I thought they might replace. I don't want to spoil this for Willow, but the surprise character in the latter part of the current season. When he shows up, I'm like, oh, he's taking over. He'll be, taking over for the following season, but obviously that's not the case. So
no.
Oh yeah.
How was that for spoiler free? The only reason my wife started watching that show, because I kept bugging her, like, you got to watch this with me. You got to watch this with me. Was because she heard that Moss from IT Crowd was in it. That's it.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that.
Is anyone joining the petition for Moss to be the next Doctor Who?
I'm down for it.
Does anybody know who Moss is?
I
not a
saw Doctor
Doctor
Who a
Who
long time
fan.
ago.
This may be the wrong show to discuss this on, but hey, by all means, tell me about him.
Well, the IT Crowd is probably the most realistic IT-related TV show that's ever been created. If you've ever worked in IT like I have, it's incredibly accurate. So he's one of the characters
in general. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
But it's British, so it's even better than any American iteration of anything office related. British makes it better. And Moss is one of the two characters. That's
Interesting.
It. That's the best characters ever created.
Richard Ayoade is brilliant in almost everything he does, so I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Well, I brought this up with a couple of my other friends who are Doctor Who fans, and I said I would love to see Hugh Laurie take over as the next
Laurie
Doctor.
would be okay. He'd be too expensive, though, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Doesn't he also have a show? He has a new show out. I think on HBO. He's got a show on HBO where
Because Mercury.
I think it's that they're an incompetent star crew. I have no idea. Actually, I haven't actually watched it, but he has a show where he's like the captain of a cruise liner. I think like a space cruise liner.
Yeah, because I know the first year for Destiny.
I can't remember for the life of me what it's called. I'm pretty sure it's on HBO, so it's on Crave. I'm gonna look this up on my phone right now.
Romani's You Go to the House?
Go ahead, keep talking.
I'm looking this up now too.
Actually, unfortunately, I'm going to have to sign off.
Oh, okay.
Just realized it's past 8, so
I'm here.
Oh,
and
okay.
I still have to go run a couple errands. So I'm very sorry to. I was having a lot of fun.
Thanks for showing up, and thanks for.
This is totally engaging.
Yeah.
I like doing these kind of shows where it's just us people hanging out and talking about shit.
Corey.
But yeah, Corey, thanks very much, and we'll definitely give your show a plug before the end of the. Make sure that you listen or watch Sean Geek podcast.
There you go.
Thanks for having me. I look forward to coming back. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye meeting you. Okay. Avenue 5 is what it is. Captain Ryan Clark and his crew deal with the malfunction crisis caused on the space cruise ship Avenue 5, carrying several people.
Well, no.
Is the blurb that it has on.
I thought Avenue 5 was that one with the puppets.
I mean, obviously you were playing with us.
No.
And I bought
the internet is for porn. The internet is for porn.
That's Avenue Q.
There's 2 DLCs coming out.
That's a Q.
Shortly after. It was the first
Letter
Avenue
Q.
Okay, so it's Star Trek then.
Now, did you get rid of that one? And
Kind of, yes, but
not replace it with anything? Or
I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. I've been meaning to. There's so much stuff that I've been meaning to watch.
Okay.
I feel like Doc is messing with me right now because he's really delayed.
Hey, so Doc, let's go back to that question from before. What's Doc's favorite movie?
Yeah.
I always mess.
And then for Europa, this is
My favorite movie? Like,
Yeah.
which one? Like all movies?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go. Okay, I'm going to go over to Tangled Shore. Let's see what happens there. Okay.
Hang on a sec. I'm having some severe internet problems. Hang on 1 second here.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, he's lagging hard. Damn.
But what topics on your podcast?
Sorry, folks.
No, by all means. Fix your shit. What topics from your podcast was your favorite subject to touch on?
All right, 1 second.
All right. I think my favorite episode, my two favorite episodes of all time were the two that we had my mom on.
Okay.
The first one she was on, she talked about her music career she had, and she revealed a lot of stuff that none of the family knew about, just stuff that we kind of forgot about. We all knew about. And then the second time, she talked about her globetrotting she did with Dad. And that was cool. My brother and I were geeking out the whole time, going, "Oh my god, that's so cool!" Like, I don't know. My mom's cool, so anytime I can shine light on her, it's like,
I can do Vanguard, Gambit.
Those are the two favorites.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what mine was, and I'm not sure. We've talked about a lot of D&D stuff. I've also gotten a lot of tangents, as has Doc, on our show.
I almost thought Creative Conundrums could have been called Tangents.
It definitely could have been, but the whole idea of it to start with was like it was supposed to be like advice for creativity and shit, and it ended up not going that way. Let's see. I'm just looking through the titles right now.
But I mean, you guys talk about all kinds of stuff, and then you guys take questions from you ask for questions to answer on your shows, and some of the questions are like, stuff that, like our favorite movies or whatever. But some of them are just really out of left field, like random. What was the best question that you ever had someone ask?
Oh, that's hard.
Hey, everybody. My internet's back.
Yay!
It's kind of.
I'm trying to decide. Doc, what was your favorite question that we've been asked on our show?
Favorite question? Oh,
Yeah.
God. We've had about 6 million different questions. I never want to. Can I tell you my least favorite ones?
Absolutely.
Is it the swallows?
Yes, the swallows we get asked every week, and we get asked why every week.
We do get asked why every week too.
And I keep having to make stuff up for airspeed, velocity of swallows, and why all the time. So.
Well, I always say why is like I can put anything in here because it's just why. There's nothing else to that question. But you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun.
It's like improvisational comedy.
Pretty much. I'm scrolling through our list of titles here.
So,
do you remember what fermented conundrums was? Were you drunk?
What's this?
Fermented conundrums. I don't remember. I named something fermented conundrums. I don't remember why.
You know what that was? It was the girl I was dating at the time was into fermenting everything.
Oh, right. Okay. That's why we're talking about fermentation.
Yeah, exactly. Not because I was wasted again. I only get wasted when I do my cooking shows.
That's true.
Yeah, but they're so good.
Canadian Template Here was a pretty good title for an episode too that I liked.
Which one?
Canadian Templated Deer. I think we were talking about Canadian
templates.
Yeah. Like, and so there was something with plaid in there. I don't remember exactly what.
A moose is basically just a deer with a Canadian template. Is what it was about.
Okay.
Nothing.
Who comes up with
nothing as far as secrets or anything like that.
Because they're always clever.
I do.
Yes. Senpai comes up with the titles.
I'm amazed that I do.
What you like,
and it's usually has to do with something that we were talking about in the episode.
Right.
And so
it's usually something that I've riffed on that made Senpai pee. And then she titles our episode on it.
And I don't usually pee from love. I do laugh to the point of dying, but
Stankfire.
Stankfire, yeah,
that's a good title.
We've had some pretty good titles.
So white is regular ammo.
Yeah.
Green is special ammo for your secondary.
I don't know what my favorite question that we've ever answered though is. We've answered so many, and I'm just I just like them all so much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you guys have found a creative outlet to keep yourself busy. I don't know, much like every nerd during this pandemic, I don't know. I can't imagine life outside of the internet now. The group that chimes in the chat are pretty much, my internet family now, and they've taken me under their wing and taught me so much. How has the podcasting community been for you guys? And you guys have been doing this a lot longer than I have.
Whoa.
I'd say
the podcasting community has been amazing to us. I know that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, same thing. It's everyone's inviting, everyone's helping each other out. There's no ego, there's no jockeying for position or anything like that. It's, I don't know how to do this. Okay, well, let me show you how to do it. I
have an ego.
Well, okay.
True. Doc does have an ego. I have an ego too, but mine is able to be reined in a little bit, and then I have to use it to rein him in.
Mine's all libido based, so.
Yeah, I know. I remember that one.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's why I don't have one.
There can only be one libido per show.
This would make sense.
Come on, Tony, your Schwartz is as big as mine.
We know that hasn't been the case in 3 years.
Is it like a Schwartz drive? Is that the proper appellation?
I don't know.
Please tell me you've seen Spaceballs, Tony.
Yeah, absolutely. If they haven't seen Spaceballs, we're gonna have to kidnap them and sit them in front of our television.
You met me.
Yes, I know, but you seemed confused by my Schwartz reference for a second, so
we'll see.
Had to make sure because you are like a fetus. You're so young.
Oh my God.
How easy it is to upgrade.
Okay, if there's anybody
barely out of the womb.
If there's anybody in the chat that hasn't seen
1990 again.
I am 30 years old.
1990. Man.
Yeah, apparently that's more than 10 years ago, but I don't believe it.
Yeah, shit. 1990. I was performing in the bars in 1990. Tony's in the middle of getting born.
In the middle of
I'm already getting thanky, and Tony's just getting born because of previous stanky, right?
Yeah, especially when.
Oh my God. They're gonna regret coming on this show. Just a little.
Not actually, but
show.
God damn it, Doc.
So the ghost is what revives
what
you.
I do. It's not what I do. It's who I'm meant to be that defines me.
I'll get into too boring the details.
I went to the bathroom before we started. Thank you very much.
That was smart. Did you remember to poop?
Oh, kinda.
That was earlier today.
Okay. Oh, speaking of poop. Oh, I eat way too
You
much
have a funny
fiber.
In case anyone hasn't figured it out, there's also a lot of poop jokes on Creative Conundrums, usually because of Doc.
Well, you brought it up this time. So, at work, oh my God, I must have,
In case you guys haven't felt old enough.
never eat.
Carl, you're a young person.
Never eat that much cheese and fiber in the same day in the same meal, because it's like crap and lava rocks later. It's like scraping you right out. It's not great, and you're holding on to the sides of the stall, and
So
you've got a
should we
doctor
just,
yelling at you to push. It's just crazy.
Should we just gift you some X-Lax now? Is that it?
Well, you got to warn me next time I eat like a brick of cheese at lunch, right? My body can't handle that stuff anymore.
You know they have X-Lax chocolate. You know what would be good is X-Lax cheese.
X-Lax cheese? Are you kidding me?
For you, specifically for Doc.
That would be amazing because it would counteract each other. It'd be amazing. Like you got the one that's not making you poop, and you got the one that's making you poop, so you can eat as much of it as you want.
Thanks, Willow.
Right here. You may fascinate a woman by giving her a piece of cheese. Where is the lie in that?
Okay, well, I am what I eat, so I guess that's why I fascinate women.
That's why I'm a potato.
I'm pretty certain I have it.
Yeah, definitely. Like I'm a cheese lover here. It's funny. My husband, I give him shit all the time. Like I buy like the cheese slices by like the big, huge packs because he will eat them all. And I will go and make cheeseburgers, and I'll have like no cheese, and it's like, did you eat all the cheese? And goes, well, I didn't eat that much. I'm like, how much? How much cheese are you eating when I'm not home?
I ate all the cheese and I feel shame. Hey, Sean, what do you think of my new streaming hat?
Okay. And
it's got a googly eye on it.
Scan items.
Are you, is that part of your merch?
It is.
It's actually googly.
Is that part of your merch?
No, it's one that I made out of a Billy Connolly toque, and I just stuck a googly eye on it.
Dude, that would be amazing. I would totally buy that if you had that part of your merchandise for your show.
We're going to sell bald caps on our show.
That would be awesome.
The first thing I was, okay, all of you go to conventions, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you know those those really crappy, hard convention chairs?
I've sat in them, yes.
Exactly. And your butt falls asleep, your legs fall asleep. It's just uncomfortable as all get go. I was thinking of selling like those butt pads, right? With my googly beard on it. And so like everybody at convention could be sitting on my face.
Yep.
Tony's not surprised by this, but it'll be a top seller. I can tell you that right now.
We've talked about this. We've talked about me making them.
Yes, exactly.
What's this bourbon Gouda cheese I'm seeing in the chat here? Yeah, some of that.
Come and get your googly dog fart catcher.
That actually sounds delightful. I would eat that cheese.
Oh man, I called one of those butt pads a flavor saver at work. It did not go over well.
Oh wow!
I don't want to make these. Nope, I'm not making them. Nope, you can. Nope.
Okay, so your health bar doesn't show up until you start taking damage.
Hey Sean, think of this. Okay, picture this. You got a foam butt pad, right?
When you're looking at your screen
now,
so
imagine the crop dusting opportunities if you farted into this thing and then brought it with you across the convention hall and squeezed it out in somebody else's booth.
That's the type of special you have on. The bar that runs.
Oh my god. Okay.
Ensued.
You
It's a
need to
whole
tell.
new.
Secret. That's all.
Okay,
how it's
now
targeted.
it's better than an air Zuka because an air
The
Zuka
first square
you
from
need
the
two
left,
people
right?
to load
First
the
square
thing,
on
right?
the left
And
is
it's kind of
blue.
conspicuous if
The
you're out on the
second square
convention
is
floor with one guy
your-
holding the air Zuka and somebody else's butt, right? Going, oh no. So it's a little bit awkward, right? But if you have these butt pads, you can save up the fart and then walk by and squeeze it out later, and it eliminates the awkward moments where you got friendly fire, because that happened to me at Gen Con. I don't know if I told you about this.
I've heard the Gen Con story. Yes.
Yeah, you did. Oh my goodness, Willow, have you heard this one?
No, please tell me. Please enlighten me.
I have.
Okay.
If I hear it anyway, I'm gonna love it.
Okay, all of the freelancers for Wet Ink Games, we all worked on Never Going Home together, right? And all of us, we figured, every single one of us figured that we were the king of farts. And so we had a fart off at
Not the king of hearts, mind you.
At Gen Con back in 2018. And we all ate our favorite formula, and then we went to the convention hall, and we made sure to drop our farts at the Wet Ink Games booth all the time. We would walk by and we'd crop dust and whatnot. And for the first time in my life, I couldn't fart at all for the entire week, right? I thought I had a formula and nothing was happening. And then one day, I finally tweaked it to the point where I had the perfect fart, and I'm going, oh yeah, but oh god, it's coming too quick. So I was hurrying my way across the convention hall, right? And this thing's huge, right? So it's taken me minutes to get through this crowd, right? And it's like the crowd pushed my way out of the way, it's coming out, right? So and nobody knows what the hell I'm talking about. They just know a guy's kind of running along like a penguin trying to squeeze his butt cheeks together. And that's when Jolly Blackburn, the creator of Knights of the Dinner Table, one of my heroes, calls me over to talk. And I go, okay, I can't ignore Jolly and his wife. I got to go over and talk to them. So I start talking to them, and I'm holding it as best I can, right? And I'm going, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's awesome. It's great. I got to go. And shortly before I'm about to make a beeline to the Wet Ink Games booth, I actually dropped my payload in their booth.
Oh no!
But I think I got away with it because one of their customers was standing there and just walked up. So he was getting an autograph. And I think they blamed him. So I think I'm good.
So your premature evacuation was well timed.
Exactly. But now if Jolly's watching this, I've kind of outed myself, but it was 2 years ago, so I think we're good.
Maybe we should go over to him and help him out.
I mean, growing up, I think, is a matter of. I don't think we should grow up. I think we should always just have farting contests.
No, exactly.
Fart stories are actually pretty amusing though. Like my husband, he will. Yeah, I know I've told this story before, but we're at Walmart, and I'm like I'm trying to look at some of the figurines, and of course I'm just like, oh my god, I'm just like, and so and he has this huge smile on his face. I'm just like, fuck. So I go around, I go to the next aisle, and it smells even worse there. I'm just like, seriously, the guy can clean and clear out Walmart.
Oh my god, that was him?
He woke me up from a dead sleep.
So is there
in Walmart? He's sleeping in Walmart.
Like, his farts are nasty, and I guess I shouldn't have fed him broccoli tonight, but I'm gonna pay for that later.
Broccoli.
But my god, it's just there are just days where, you know, like, and then of course I go and fart, and he's like, oh, that's disgusting. It's like, dude, you fart worse than I do.
You gotta compliment somebody on their ass flapper. Friends are who farts are for. Sean, you got to tell us about your favorite fart.
My favorite fart?
Your favorite fart.
I don't know. I just with the kids, the farting with the kids. I don't know how many times I've been in a store and someone will look at me funny, and then one of the kids looks up at me and just gives you, they don't know how to wink, so they close both their eyes. And then, I don't know if they're looking for like a high five or.
Meanwhile, it looks like to the person who's kind of giving you the stink eye, if you'll excuse the pun.
Yeah.
It looks like your kids are trying to clear their eyes because you farted. Meanwhile, they're just trying to wink at you.
Okay, I think I might have a fart story. One of the times, this is because we have a visual here. When I've been on stage a number of times, and I'm usually in a band with my brother. So when my brother's playing, he makes these incredible faces when he's playing. Like he gets right into it, and we always joked it was the fart face, right? Because he just goes, when he's just wailing. Doc knows what I'm talking about. So I let one go once while he was making the fart face on stage.
Oh my god! And he tasted it.
Well, no one in the audience realized the difference because he was making that face anyway, But
yeah,
I got a good chuckle out of it.
He's going, and then you fart, and it's like,
I don't even know if Todd knows
it's great.
that one. You probably thought it was the drummer, but no, it was me. You can always blame the drummer. It's like you always blame your dog when somebody farts, right? In your band, you always blame the drummer. That's what I got.
One time, I think I have one story. It's not even me, but Doc was visiting me, and it wasn't actually Doc's fart. Jarvis gives Doc a run for his money.
Mm-hmm. I remember that one.
Oh my god!
I remember that one.
Cats. Cat farts are just the rankest.
Okay, he left I think he left a ribbon of stank from the bathroom to the bed. And when you passed through the ribbon, it left a film on your face.
No, mine. Okay.
It was intense even for cats.
It was funny because I think I thought it was you at first too, and then we were both like, no, that's Jarvis.
Yeah. Doc, what did you do? I didn't fucking do anything this time. Oh, bullshit, you farted. I'm going, you think I wouldn't admit if I did something mad at you? Like, come on.
This is Gen Con. I'm not trying to impress anybody.
It's making me think I got to start eating mice and soft cat food for fuel.
That's your new formula.
Yeah, it's the whiskey.
Need more hamburger.
Oh man! All right, you lovely people. I do have a commitment every night at exactly this time to put my kids to bed, and it's something I look forward to every night. So I'm going to sign out. Willow, thanks so much for having
no problem.
Really
again, go to Sean Geek Podcast and catch up on all their episodes. Thank you very much for stopping by, and you guys are always welcome to hang out here.
I love seeing you again, Sean.
Yeah, definitely. Love y'all.
All right, have a good one.
Okay, later.
Good night. All right. Now, there's more airtime.
Oh. Does it ever get cold enough in Manitoba for the flatulence to freeze?
Not today.
There's an interesting experiment.
Oh, wait a second. That's a good experiment. If it gets cold enough, maybe I should wear sweatpants out and
don't give him ideas.
Eat my fuel, and then see if I can film the fart coming out, and see if I can get a physical manifestation of it, like a class 5 free roaming vapor from Ghostbusters.
Yes. I support this.
You know what? I don't have to be anywhere geographically near you for a very long time. So you know what? Go for it.
You have to film me.
No, I don't.
We'll get Ben to film it.
Yeah, exactly. You have to be around Ben.
Oh yeah.
I get to be on the other side of the city where it's safe. This can't hurt me.
Yeah.
Ben, sorry.
Supposedly you can catch it on thermal cams.
Supposedly you can catch it on thermal cams. Yes, I know you can catch it on thermal cams. I know you can catch it on thermal cams, but I want it to be physically manifested on normal cam. Now I have to be careful what I eat, or I'll slime Ben. But I think I can probably do this without sharding.
I'm going to bring this idea up to my husband later because I'm sure he would find it amazing.
Next thing you know, TikTok is just going to be all just Doc farting. That's going to be my entire TikTok.
Hey, everybody. See ya.
What other reason to go viral than seeing that?
That's actually not a bad idea. That's actually not a bad idea. Just
crystallized
myself
farts.
crop dusting people. That would be so good. Once the pandemic is over, I'm going to do a series of videos where I'm crop dusting. And why not?
I'm going to stick to wearing my mask from now on.
I can only blame myself for this. And yeah, I'm going to keep wearing my masks. And I will hopefully never have to be geographically close to Doc at any point during all of this.
Tell you what. I will get a foamy butt pad, and I will save some for you for after the pandemic.
Oh my God.
So she's doing.
Save up like 9 months worth of farts in this foamy thing, then come over and.
I regret my life.
And that's another thing that it's better than Airzuka for, because an Airzuka you have to use immediately. Now, mind you can precision fart bomb somebody like 50 feet away, but you know what? I got to test the butt pad theory.
The way they changed everything now.
I'm very scared.
Oh yeah. Oh,
why am I picturing a whoopee cushion, like the foam whoopee cushions?
Well, yeah. You know what? Whoopee cushions are great too, but they're very difficult to load because, well, you kind of got to insert it and kind of blow, right? And it's difficult. It's very difficult. I've said too much.
I'm dying a little inside.
Hey, our 6 viewers haven't left yet, so keep going.
All right. I was referred to as Manitoba's version of Squirrely Dan the other day.
Oh, interesting.
Because apparently I'm like Squirrely Dan. I've even got the nickname like Googly Doc. So
interesting. So how do you feel about that? Like,
how do I'm okay with it, but Tony, has that got any veracity to it?
I'd say yeah. Yeah.
Well, why don't you guys wear belts? I bear.
Oh no, he's going on a tangent. Oh no.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to go on another tangent. No, I've been on tangents pretty much this entire time. That's kind of my idiom, my raison d'être. For those of you in Quebec, or Quebec, or Quebec.
Hey Doc, had you? Mm-hmm. I don't think did I show you that I got this now?
Oh, that's
yes,
cool.
You did.
Okay.
Yes, we were podcasting, and you showed me Kohai.
I just want to make sure because he's really.
And you told me what Kohai means.
Yes, that's right. Okay, I did. Okay, yeah, I remember now.
And you've seen the Biclops beholder of me, right?
Yes.
Yes. It's not here at the moment. It is in a box. What's in the box?
Yeah. So yeah, Willow, this
So,
is
yeah, the
super
big
cute.
thing that
Our
this
friend
game now-
Ben, who does both of our logos and as well as like all of my other art,
I was
he
gonna say
started
the
sculpting
one
stuff,
thing I
and
really able to
so
pay for was
he just kind of randomly
the
started
armor
making our
tuners
logos
and then
in little
the emotes
3D
to
Oh, that's cool.
sculptures. And so this is my logo in little. He's so cute.
And how much does he normally charge for something like that?
I have no idea. This one was a gift. I think if you get a hold of him on Instagram, I think he'll be able to tell you how much he would charge. But yeah, I don't know off the top of my head.
No.
Cool.
Kind of the arrows on the left-hand side of the controller. Trackpad is the middle.
Can I have to?
Yeah.
Do you have a link for his Instagram page?
Actually, it's still open. Give me a second.
Might move away out of
It's still open.
Yeah, I have. So I use a chatbot program to like it has like some timers going off for some stuff, including Ben's
You
art
may not have a
is on there.
sparrow until he gets the. Well, wait a minute. No, this is. I don't know what.
That in
I
chat.
don't know what
There you
this
go.
is now, because before we were going against the first mission was the tower.
Ben does some
blowing up.
incredible work. Like,
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
does.
incredible work.
Okay.
And he's started using a new medium that another friend of mine got him into, and he's able to make cartoon characters really easy out of it. And that's how he created Kohai, and how he created my my Googly Doc icon.
Okay, so he's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
He gets to no, he didn't get to the public.
I love
place,
Ben's
think,
work.
on,
Ben does some amazing work, and I absolutely adore all of
I
it.
think, right?
So yeah, check that out.
He also does a lot of freelance. Freelance miniature painting and stuff like that. So if you want to paint minis or modify minis or something like that, he's available for that stuff too.
And then I was talking to him literally the other day about like getting a whole bunch of stuff made for my stream. So we get to learn a whole bunch of stuff this year, which I'm excited for.
That is adorable.
Yeah.
There's my thingy. And there's Ben.
I never.
No, this way.
That's cool.
Don't go into there. Upstairs.
He does really well.
Oh yeah, he does some really incredible work.
Yeah. Stop.
No.
I'd love to see what Ben can do in terms of claymation. I'd love to see Ben do claymation.
That'd be a lot of work, but I think that would be worth it. I think that would take a whole month.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
probably more
absolutely.
than one.
I'm a
Like
level 40.
claymation is tough to do and takes a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely.
I'd be down for that project though. That would be fun.
And now I'm gonna have to have this guy on my show.
Absolutely. Ben is good on a microphone. I know. I've done some video stuff with him before. So
Okay.
Absolutely. We've also had him on our show too. Twice?
Twice. Did we have Mike once too? I don't know. Can't remember.
No, I don't think Mike has been on our show.
I know Ben's been at least once. At least
For
once.
sure once, I think twice. Because I think you guys were drunk one day, and I was just like, fuck it, just bring that on. And
Yep.
I feel like that was the whole thing for that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
So what's the process for going into your show? Like do you guys plan out your show ahead of time, or do you just turn on the microphone and see what happens?
So we sort of have like a formula where like we first talk about like either struggles or like the creative work that we've been doing in the last couple weeks, and then the only thing we really plan is like we ask on our followings like, hey, what questions do you have for us? And then people will ask us questions. That's about all the planning we do.
Holy shit.
And then we just turn on the mic and then
Yeah, that's about it.
yeah.
And then of course life tends to give you lots of interesting stories that you must share on air.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Nothing is, well, almost nothing is off limits.
You're supposed to see the tower explode and you go through all
That's
that. Cabo from Mars.
Yeah. We both talked about our masturbatory practices on the podcast. So, yes, nothing is off limits.
My lack of such.
So what's the best story or the worst story you guys have from last year that you guys told on your show?
Oh, jeez. Best story or worst story?
Maybe both.
Oh, geez, there's so many though. Like we tell stories every time. We tell multiple stories every episode.
Remember that time I rage cooked spaghetti and you were like, "What the fuck?"
You what?
I got really mad about something. This was like back in May last year, and I was so angry, and it was like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was angry, and I made spaghetti at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Hate spaghetti, right? I remember that episode. Yeah,
that sounds amazing.
I can't remember what you were angry about, but yeah, the hate spaghetti was very interesting.
I'm pretty okay. It was pretty much like it was very likely Trump.
Take us with you.
Or like something else that I'm not going to specifically name names, even though it fucking haunts me to this day. But yeah, there's a few things that could have been. I don't fully remember either. I'd have to listen to the episode to remember.
That's pretty great way to let off some steam, though. Sorry about the pun, but
I was super angry, and I'm like, I'm hungry, and I'm making spaghetti.
We're all learning.
I think my best story that I told was the one that I wrote for Halloween this year.
Okay.
Oh yeah, your Halloween one was good.
Yeah. So.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty proud of my reading my Halloween stuff too, because that one was pretty good. That was I found a story online about this this princess character that randomly shows up in video games and shit, and I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing! I really love this. And then, so I contacted the writer, and I'm like, can I use this on my podcast? And they're like, yeah, of course, go for it. So, thank you.
I'd have to say that every year our Halloween episode is my favorite. I think we do a really good job of our Halloween episode.
I think we do too, yeah.
What do you guys do normally for your Halloween episodes?
One of us makes the other watch a movie or television show, and then we talk about it, and then we read something that either we've written or somebody else has written. Like I think the first one, you read The Raven,
I read The
Tony.
Raven, yeah.
And I wrote a story from my childhood, ghost story.
Okay.
Well, the Lego site's a little better.
And then I think this year I wrote another ghost story. You read the ghost story.
Yeah. It was really good. I that was a really fun story to read through also. And I recorded more of it, and maybe I'll do something with it. I don't know. I have it saved somewhere, but yeah, that was a fun story to read.
The great thing about the podcasting community that I'm a part of is there's a lot of writers, and it's great to be part of that where you can bounce ideas off each other and figure out what works and what doesn't. So, I mean, you guys feel free to talk to any of the people that showed up in the chat. They're fantastic people to talk to. Brian K. Morris does a show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the mornings, and then he also does an interview show on Tuesday nights. But these guys are these guys are just fantastic to be around, and it makes me be even more creative with my stuff. And I don't know, just ever since meeting, I'm wanting to bring everybody together, because everybody inspires me to be more creative. And that's the great thing about this podcasting community, is everybody uplifts each other and everybody wants to see each other succeed. And it's such a different attitude compared to, our local scene, where it's like everybody, it doesn't seem to want to support local, but they're willing to support everything else online.
I think that also depends on where you go, because like everyone around the Manitoba Podcast Festival, at least we're all like pretty good friends at this point. Like we're all messaging each other. We're all talking about other stuff. And then like there definitely are some places where I've seen that, like, even in streaming communities, like there's people who just like, they don't necessarily want to support you because you're small, and it's like, but you want support. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
How about no?
But at the same time, I still try to support, because like I don't want to be like, that petty person, right?
Yeah.
So.
That's my job.
I do it in
need that expansion to
one
continue
place,
on there.
and that's it. And that's because that was kind of, I consider it called for anyway. That's fine. That's not a story there.
It was just fun. I heard the story.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it's because I told you about it. Because we talked about it on the show.
What the hell is it that we can pull that?
Oh my God, Willow, you have something behind you.
Yeah, my cat is.
My cat is playing with the blanket. So
okay, I thought something was going to fall on you. Okay.
Midnight.
I thought it was like a bed freaking mattress got to tilt its way over your head. Oh God, it's going to be so bad.
My cat Midnight was just here showing me her belly, and I wasn't paying attention to her, so she resorted to playing with the backdrop and being a nuisance. So I'll pet your belly later. Jeez.
Jarvis does not care for my backdrop, and I'm thankful for that. And that's like the only thing. But he will like occasionally just like reach up and just like his claw will just sink into my side, and I'm just like, I hate everything in life.
My backdrop is unpainted drywall and a flowery sheet.
It's so pretty, though.
So
sometimes that's what you gotta do.
Yep.
Sorry. Yes. What's the name of the podcast? Their podcast is Creative Conundrums. They're on Podbean.
And should be everywhere else too if you search. But if that is not the case, let me know and I will change that.
And when do you guys normally drop your episodes?
Every other Thursday. So tomorrow is supposed to be our next one.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And do you record Thursdays and then drop it, or
we kind of okay? This one. This one here, Doc, has a terrible schedule, so we kind of go around with his schedule. And then we also kind of have to fit in with my schedule, because now I'm actually starting to have a schedule. So we kind of go, usually when you're in the city, and then whatever time you have aside from that part. Yeah, but yeah, it's good.
You'll notice that my internet during this recording is absolutely awful, and that's because I'm at my place out in the country, so I'm on FarmerNet, which is why we try and reserve time when I'm in my apartment in the city to do our recordings, because the internet is just 1,000 times better for like half the price.
Yeah.
Hold down your trackpad.
I do my show randomly because I'm pretty much working around my work schedule, and today I had to work at 7 a.m. and off at 2, so of course we made it awesome to be able to do the show today. But there are days where it's like tomorrow I'll be working till 7 p.m. and it's just like, well, I guess I can't do a show on Thursdays, which is our slower days for our network. but and then of course I did a show on Sunday, last week Sunday, and it's just like it's whenever I'm able to do it and whenever my guests are able to come on. So it's like I'm working around everything. So, but I kind of like it. I kind of like having this random-ish show because it's surprise, I'm on.
Exactly.
I don't need to kick you. My cat Midnight. But no, like one of these days I will have a better looking studio. I just I was in the process of cleaning my costuming room and trying to move stuff over, and somehow the spare bedroom that we have for that was going to become my studio became Joe's Lego room over the last couple of months.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's life.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm just taking a look at. Someone said it's not on Pocket Cast, but apparently as soon as something is available on Apple Podcasts, it should be available on Pocket Casts.
Oh, there's the comments. I've been reading the private chat the whole time. And
I had it. You know what? You're not the only one.
I'm sorry. I should have mentioned that. I'm really bad at controlling my show. I'm sorry.
All right. We're good. We're professional. We're fine.
So, was that Doc? Was that you that was talking about having like a studio space to do podcasts?
That was more Tony than me.
Oh right, yeah. My dream. My absolute dream in the entire world would be to have like basically just like a studio building where like you could do like podcasts, you could do D&D, you could do D&D for web show, you could do D&D for podcasts, you could like. I'd love to be able to do that.
I love that idea, and I would put money towards it. Like do it like a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter thing for that. I would totally fund that idea.
My studio is a blanket and a microphone, and it gets very hot because my PC's under the blanket with me, and I'm going, yes, I'm recording now, and I'm using my voice.
Because if I had a space where I left my home and did my podcasting outside, that would actually probably force me to actually quit my job and be more focused on doing podcasting as a job. But I don't know. Like I love the idea of having an actual creative space outside of my.
Plans coming together.
I will say, there is also like the Winnipeg Public Library at Millennium Library. They have like an idea mill maker space. They have some podcasting booths. Like they have sound booths there. You can go like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
they're really good. You just got to avoid the stabby.
Yeah. That's usually not a big deal during the day. When the
during the day.
But then there's also the fact that COVID, and so it's been a very long time since I've been to the library, and I really miss going there. Like a lot.
Yep. I miss going out and singing.
Yeah, but I definitely want to get like one of those booths and like have that available as like my streaming and podcasting space. It'd be so nice. It'd be great.
Yep. Streaming, podcasting space.
Yeah. But yeah, if I honestly, if I could figure out a way of like making that somewhat profitable, I would absolutely do it. And I don't know.
Carl's got a great idea.
Yeah, not
Throw
Starbucks.
a coffee shop in there.
Yeah, well, like our library does have it, and they used to have a coffee shop on the ground floor, and then they closed it. and it's in the mall across the street now.
in Warsaw?
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Human Bee is in City Place now, not the library.
Yeah.
Wasn't
It's
there for
kind of
long.
a bigger space though there. So
Yeah, so it's
Human
better for
Being's
that.
really good. I like it.
that is a great place. There's another.
Didn't it used to be in the Forks?
There's still one in the
There's
Forks,
one-
I think.
Yeah, there's one in there's. I'm pretty sure the last time I went to the Forks, yes, they had it. So it's.
I feel bad saying like maybe we shouldn't say that there's one there because maybe there's not. COVID has kind of broken everything.
I don't know now.
Yeah. Who knows what's still open where?
There's a coffee shop near my house, and I love these people. Parkline.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're really good.
I would really like to get a haircut again because
Oh my God, yes.
if I wasn't wearing my hat, I would have my long, luxurious, flowing locks coming down, and
Yeah, I would
looking
like to
very
not
Norse.
do this myself anymore. That would be nice. I have to do my hair again, but
that looks actually pretty amazing on you.
I'm not doing a good job on the sides, and so like there's like little bits at the top here that are a lot longer than the rest of the sides, and I don't like it. So I'd like to not have to do that
Shave it right
myself.
off.
Do you know how tempting
tie it
it
up and
is
shave it off.
do you know how tempting it is every single time I grab the razor to like shave my head and not just go like boop. But the thing is, like, getting to that line, like getting to the line of where my hair is, that's really fucking hard. You ever try shaving your own head? It's hard.
Fucking witness, like Tony Osa.
No. It's been really, really tempting all year, but like I like how long my hair is. Look, I can braid it. It's you know.
Yeah.
It's braided right now. It's just really hard.
Do that stuff.
Okay, but it's really hard to get to that line, especially when like I take off my glasses and I'm blind as a bat. I can't see shit.
You just gotta get closer. You gotta get closer to the mirror.
I literally had Dave buy me a mirror, put it on yarn, and put it in my fucking shower against the shower curtain so I could actually. Yes, it's tied up to my shower rod so that I can
I gotta see pictures of this clumsy piece of shit. I gotta see it.
Wow. That toxicity. Wow.
hanging on yarn in your tub?
In my shower, yeah.
Okay. All right. I gotta see pictures. Like, is it up there with sticky tack or
no? It's on the like shower rod. You know, like a shower rod. There's this yarn going over that, and then it goes back down to the sides of the mirror, and it ties up out of the mirror.
Oh, jeez.
Everyone, we're pretty much rednecks here up in Winnipeg, Manitoba. We do everything DIY.
We do everything DUI too.
Well, yeah.
Trust me, the roads
Actually,
are
I'm
fucking
bake.
You gotta be drunk in order to live here.
I don't drink. I do bake though. I smoke weed, but because it's legal here. But I don't drink anymore. Fuck though. Oh man, some of the news that was coming out last week, man, I wish I could have just had like a celebratory cider. That would have been so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
kind of miss drinking.
I mean, like, it's funny how I saw news reports saying that weed has gone up in sales since the pandemic, and I'm like, I don't blame it.
My daughter came over for Christmas, and she said, I couldn't buy anybody anything for Christmas, so everybody got either booze or weed. That's fucking it. So she was so mad. She had so many plans, and then she said, fuck it, I can only buy booze or weed. So she bought everybody booze or weed.
Yeah.
Some good choices.
Mm-hmm.
Walker.
But I mean, like,
The public event.
I think the majority of my neighbors smoke weed because I swear to God, there's like a green cloud every time I walk by.
Carl says he'd stay inside and do DIY if there were frozen farts in the air out there.
With Doc around, you better just stay inside.
Yeah, it's like fartsicles.
Oh, yeah.
I was not expecting that word to be a thing, but okay.
Looking like a tail. Except it doesn't wag very well. It kind of snaps off, right? And then you got a solid thing of stank laying on the road. Welcome to spring thaw. Holy shit.
Remember to pick it up to do your own DIY.
Why does it smell like fart? It's spring and it should be like smelling like flowers, but it smells like Doc's ass.
That's ode to Doc.
Okay,
Ode to Doc.
The funny thing is, there are parts of the city that smells really, really bad. So Doc, you would probably help the city out a little bit in that
Oh dear.
All right, so that's been 2 hours. I think that's enough, and we can end the show here.
That's a good note to end it on, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, I have no other way of ending the show.
I'm sorry, I left you speechless.
Where can we find you on social media, Tony?
I'm on Twitter, on TikTok, on Twitch, on YouTube, on oh fuck, hang on, I sent you my link tree and I honestly I literally put it in there and it just left my mind. Yeah, okay. Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. Yeah, Senpai90 everywhere where it matters. And remember, Senpai has 2 P's. Yeah.
And Doc, where can we find you?
On Twitter, I'm at Doc Draconis. Facebook, I'm Kevin Doc Wilson. My website is googlybeard.ca. I have a lot of creative writing, and I sing songs, and I post it up there. I'm very active on Facebook, and I'm just starting to get active on Twitch and on TikTok. I'm going to be talking shit with Senpai on TikTok, mainly when I'm not crop dusting people. And what else am I on, Tony? Oh, Patreon. Patreon.com/googlybeard.
Oh yeah, I'm on. I got my Patreon. Just go to my Patreon. It's linked on my Twitter.
Well, you guys can find me everywhere on social media. You can find my page where I broadcast from, Skylar Productions on Facebook. You can find me YouTube, Twitch at 63 Beast. You can find me streaming on Hang with Web Show TV, HWWS Web TV. You can go to hwwswebtv.com and you can buy my merch. Yeah, I have merchandise. So one of these days I'll get around to making my Threadless account so that the money will actually go to me. So that my boss can actually pay me.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you very much, and I look forward to listening to your next episode. You guys have a great night.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Good night. Bye-bye.